Here's a video on distributing radicals, and actually let's take a look at this. It's very straightforward, right? With regards to distributing radicals, you literally do the same thing, and let me actually give this a coefficient. So here you have root 3 being distributed to each of these terms, okay? The interesting thing about this root 3 is that it doesn't have a coefficient in front. But whenever there's no coefficient in front, you can always assume that it's going to be a 1, right? So basically, the first thing you want to do is 1 root 3 times 2 root 8. So 1 times 2, outside times outside, is going to give you 2. And root 3 times root 8 is going to give you root 24. Okay? And then you distribute it to this thing. 1 times 1 is going to give you just 1. And then root 3 times root 12 is going to give you root 36. Okay? But wait, we're not done yet, because after you distribute, especially after you multiply, you want to ask, is there something that I can simplify? So let's simplify this term really quickly. Square root of 24 is best divisible by root 4 root 6, right? And therefore, it's going to give you 2 parentheses 2 root 6, which ultimately gives you 4 root 6, okay? So that's this first term. We want to drop the addition sign. And then here we have square root of 36. Now, don't think about what it's perfectly divisible by, because this is a perfect square. So square root of 36 is simply 6. So here you have 1 times 6, right? And 1 times 6 is just 6. So the final answer is 4 root 6 plus 6. This is your final answer, okay? Let's try this again one more time. Just distribute, draw your arrows for the distribution. Outside times outside, 2 times 3 is 6, right? 3 times 5 is 15, so we'll leave it at that. 2 times 6 is 12, and then root 3 times root 6 is root 18. Again, root 15 you cannot simplify, it's not divisible by a perfect square, so I'm actually just going to drop this, right? However, root 18, I've seen it before. I know it's divisible by a perfect square. What is the highest perfect square? It's going to be 9 and 2, and therefore the correct final answer is going to be, simplifying this, the square root of 9 becomes simply 3, and then you just do 12 times 3 is going to give you 36. So the correct final answer is going to be this: 6 root 15 plus 36 root 2.